Now, from this module, we actually start Chapter 3. We completed Chapter 2, and now we start Chapter 3, which consists of Security Transformation Stage 1, Security Hardening of IT Assets. And the first topic that we look at in this module is difference between patching and hardening. So this is another view of the security transformation model. Security hardening is at step number 1, the most important, fundamental, critical step which must be done in its entirety before wasting time or efforts on the other steps. Security hardening is, IT assets such as hardware and software come with default insecure configurations which become the basis for attacks. So security hardening, typical case in point would be that on a router, let's say Cisco router, the username is always Cisco and the password is always admin, for example. And that's a default configuration, and whenever you roll out or install a router or a switch, it's always Cisco or Cisco admin. And you have to, and that was a very simple example, but security hardening consists of removing those default configurations and tightening the screws and tightening the security configuration so that there's no doorway open for attackers. Now, security hardening is the process of securing a system by reducing its surface of vulnerability, which is larger when a system performs more functions and has more features enabled. In principle, a single function system is more secure than a multi-purpose one, and this is what Wikipedia says. So what is patching as opposed to hardening? Fixing vulnerabilities which may be exploited by malware or attackers in software or firmware, which is also software, with vendor-released patches. So the keywords are vendor-released patches, which could be auto or manual updates. And these patches are also called fixes. So, for example, Oracle, which has developed the software, will release a patch once it is either informed or it finds out that there is a vulnerability in its, there's a flaw, a bug in its software, and to fix those bugs and flaws, they release patches, and you have to install the patches. So patching considerations. Vendors release a patch when they become aware of a vulnerability. More off-the-shelf products have more open, transparent type of releases from the vendors for patches, but a more specialized system, which is very niche and specialized, they may not be very transparent about the patches. Patches may be rolled up into a release, so multiple patches, they could be all put together and it becomes a release, right? So, for example, Windows R2, 2012 Server R2s would be a release. Off-the-shelf software works well, but testing required for customizing. The more customized your software is, the more you have to be very careful because there is integration with other systems and it's very complicated. And you have to make sure that once you install the patch, it doesn't bring down your production environment. So hardening includes additional steps beyond patching to limit the ways a hacker or malware could gain entry or could compromise your system. And hardening is accomplished by turning on only the ports and services required, secure configuration of services, and additional steps to limit the system access. Note that both hardening and patching are required. Hardening prevents existing and future vulnerabilities by tightening the configuration. And patching is more of a vendor-driven process, but it is essential nonetheless. So these are both very different. The patching is bugs from the software, from the vendor side, and they release the patch. And you have to install the patch, and you have to, in many times, test the patch, but security hardening is something that we can do without the vendor. There are usually checklists from CIS or from DISA, and we can implement those. And these are globally, the security hardening checklists from CIS or DISA, they are implemented all around the world. Thank you.